Let me tell you how I healed some of my self-limiting beliefs today, which were running rampant in my mind. And I don't know if that's been happening for you. Let me know, because we just had the full moon in Virgo. We're having all these solar flares. There's a lot of collective purging energy that's happening right now. We're shifting into the new earth paradigm, if you will. And so I was super panicked this morning, super anxious. I felt like I was crawling out of my skin, like just uncomfortable. And I also felt a lot of fear, and it was just building and building and building and building. And I was trying so many different things to rationalize with my limiting beliefs of, oh, that's not real, that's not true, that's not representative of us right now. And it was just not working anything. And I started catastrophizing, and it was getting worse and worse. And the thing is, if you do not stop that forward momentum train, it will get worse. And then now that's the perceptual lenses that you're looking through, and your subconscious is going to start pulling in more experiences to match that frequency and that vibration you're in. And that's been representative of my reality recently, where there's some wonky things that have been going on, non-preferable things. And I know that's because the energy that I've been sitting in is just of fear and anxiety and the what ifs and catastrophizing. And so it's just kind of been a negative spiral thus far. And so today I said, we are going to shift our energy. I said, Sage, talking to myself, because when you say your name to yourself, your subconscious pays attention, and your inner children and your inner teens. I said, we need to sit down, especially because we're about to have a client session. Okay. Like, we cannot come in with this energy. I said, sit down. And so I sat in my chair at my desk, and I closed my eyes. I said, we need to breathe. Okay, we are safe. I want you to look around in your environment right now and notice that you are okay, because a lot of this stuff that we're experiencing that's being purged out energetically is coming from the past. This is reactions to our external environment, and we are reacting from that state of inner child consciousness in our inner teens. Because we're so self-aware, we're always trying to rationalize with these beliefs. Sometimes that's not what is needed to heal. Sometimes you need to look it straight in the face, okay, the beliefs, and say, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I love you for trying to protect me, because that's what they're doing. They're trying to keep you in your comfortability zone, keep you from shifting, keep you from experience things that are outside of your norm, because there's so many variables that can come with that, so many different things that can happen. Even if they're super positive, okay? You could have $1 million in the bank, get your dream job, move into your dream house, travel all over the world. All those things sound great to you as an adult, but if you have abandonment wounds, trust wounds, feelings of unworthiness, imposter syndrome, anything like that that's running from inner child teen years, they can actually block you from receiving those things, because there's security and safety in comfortability. Children, even though they say that they don't, they like schedules. Okay, they like for everything to stay the same. They don't like energy to be mixed up. They enjoy stability. Okay, so they're just looking at all instability as negative. Okay, even though as an adult we knew that new experiences and new people and new money and all this stuff is fresh and makes you feel alive. Okay, so this is where we have to come to the higher self. And so when I was sitting down, I said, hey, notice in our environment that we're safe. There's nobody in here right now in our room. We're totally okay, because that's the first step in healing these facets of yourself, especially if you didn't feel safe as a kid. And then I said, I want y'all, my inner children and teens, to tell me every single thing that you're upset about. I want you to tell me every self-limiting belief, everything that you feel shameful about and guilty about and regretting, what you're worried about in the future. We're going to create a list, okay? And there's no limits. And I'm not going to be upset with you about the things that you say. You can say something totally off the wall and wild. I would rather you say it than shove it down. Also, I want to say thank you for trying to protect me. Okay, what a blessing. But now it's my job to come in and help us shift this energy. And so we're going to go through some of the things that they said, okay, because I feel like that would help with like tangible examples. So my inner kids and my inner teens said we're stressed, like so incredibly stressed. Stressed about money, all the people we have to talk to, basically like friends and family members and potential clients and people on social media. Like, we love all of them, okay, but just the amount of people that there are. Whether I should hold this masterclass coming up, because I've been having second thoughts about it, and it's been causing me a lot of like guilt and shame about rescheduling it. Wanting to get a whole new wardrobe. feeling like a fraud, imposter syndrome, that I'm a bad friend, that I'm always rushed for time, feeling icky. That's that sense of not feeling right in my body, but that's because of the identity shifting. I feel unwanted, angry, I'm feeling resentment. And then they started telling me some things that they were excited about, though. Okay, so they did say, we're excited about the future, though. We're excited to meet my client that I was going to have right after this whole thing with my inner children and teens. We're excited about the new home we're moving into. And then they started talking about the zoo trip that I went on yesterday. I'm not a big person on zoos because sometimes they make me sad with the animals. But this place takes good care of them, but it still ended up making me sad. And so I was trying to do something fun for me and my inner kids and my son. Okay, anyway, so they said that they were excited about Zoom chat that I was going to have with my friends today. And then they started talking about how sad they are that our son is growing up and that he's getting older and he's becoming more independent. They were upset about some things that have recently broken in my car, like the missing air vents back here. That my body, I've been like up in my mind space and very disconnected and like disassociative feeling. And they were like, we don't like that feeling. Feeling like I'm not doing a good job in life overall, that I'm not showing up enough in my content or my courses, and that my work is taking up so much of my life. And I said, okay. I said, that's a lot of things. I said, how do you feel talking about all of it? And they said, oh, we feel so much better. And I said, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how were you feeling before we did this and how do you feel now? And they said, we felt a 4. And I was like, oh, that's pretty low. I said, how do you feel now? And they said, oh, we feel like an 8. I said, great. Okay. I said, sometimes we just need to purge all of this stuff coming up. It's not coming from you, babe. You are a self-aware, conscious being that has been on this spiritual awakening journey. You know all of these beliefs aren't real. Like, even if they feel real, you know that this is a projection hologram and you're a multidimensional being and it's not going to matter in 5 years and, you know, all this stuff. Your inner children and your teens don't look through those perceptual lenses. They're looking through, how can I keep myself the safest? How can I protect myself? Especially if you've had a lot of trauma throughout, you know, your childhood or teen or young adult years. And so if you can just validate them for the way that they're feeling, sometimes you really don't need to sift through all the beliefs. Okay, like, they just want you to know that they're upset, and you meeting them with unconditional love and compassion and grace is the thing that helps them release all of that pent up energy, or having a good cry with them. That's great as well. Now, I did tell them that later this evening that I was going to go through this list with them, and if there's anything that they were still feeling bad about or heavy about, that I was going to sit with them and figure out how to reframe things, because a lot of these are not representative of my current experience. This is past Sage. Okay, they need reminders, though, that this is not our current reality. That we have completely different relationships with people, with money, with our job or work, if you will. Just, we're in a completely different vibration and frequency and have different experiences and opportunities, but they need reminders of that, especially when you're quantum shifting into a new identity, your ideal self, your next highest self. Let your inner children and teens vent. Okay, you'll feel so much better afterwards. And if you need to, come in and do those reframes. Okay, make a list of all the things you're upset about. Now, if imposter syndrome is one of the things that you're currently working on, I feel like I'm always working through that. It's just like new levels every time. I'm actually hosting a spiritual boss babe training where we're going to dive super deep into how to release imposter syndrome, because it can be blocking you up in a lot of different areas, with either starting your business, growing your business, attracting soul aligned clients, bringing more money into your bank accounts, the energy that you're projecting out into the world and collective. And so if you want to work on that specifically with me, you can go to my profile and check the comments or the description box below and register.